Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. First, I just want to say I hope you had a lovely January. I had a very busy month, but it was very productive and I'm actually glad to be getting back into the swing of things with school and more music projects coming soon. For today's video, I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a long time actually, but I never got around to doing it. Well, now I'm doing it. This is my very first Q&A video. A couple weeks ago, I posted on my Instagram story whether or not you would like me to do a Q&A video, as well as what questions you would like me to answer. From the results, I got an overwhelming yes to do the video, and on top of that I got a wide variety of questions, like music related, hobby related, life related, random questions. So now I'm gonna sit down. I have the questions on my laptop right here, and I will answer your questions. So without further ado, let's get started. Why did you initially pick to play the flute? Honestly, in the beginning, the flute picked me. I was about to start 5th grade. I was gonna do band. I had no idea what instrument I wanted to play. And then my mother told me that she still had her old flute from when she was in 6th grade. So when I started out, I played on her old Armstrong flute from the 70s. Once I actually started learning how to play and finding my niche with it, I realized, hey, I could actually be expressive and I could actually be versatile with the flute. And that was what I wanted when I played. And over time, I upgraded my flute twice and I learned how to create more tone colors with my flute. When did you start playing the flute? I started playing the flute when I was 10 years old in 5th grade. I played in band in 5th grade and now I've been playing for the last 12 years. I'm gonna be 22 in April, so 12 years of playing flute. Wow. When did you first start playing the piccolo and why? I started playing the piccolo when I was 13 years old in 7th grade. I was inspired by my good friend Rachel, who I'm still friends with today, because she played piccolo in middle school as well. And I was just taken back by her tone on piccolo and her ability to create different characters with piccolo, being delicate in the low register or being powerful in the high register, and I thought, that would be amazing to do. Plus then I could say I can play another instrument too. So I got my first piccolo when I was in 7th grade, and now I've been playing piccolo for 10 years. And it really is such a joy to, like flute, create more characters with my sound, being powerful to being delicate. I love it. Do you play any other instruments? Outside of flute and piccolo, I am proficient at piano. I can't play concerto on piano, but I'm proficient at piano. I occasionally sing with my choir at church sometimes. And just for fun, I like to noodle around on my penny whistle. Do you watch any sports? Yes, I do. I love to watch hockey. I love the Dallas Stars, I love the LA Kings, they're my 2 favorite teams. In fact, I actually have a Dallas Stars jersey. This is the jersey for Alexandra Langley. He's one of the assistant captains on the team, and he's one of my favorite players, and I wear this jersey to every single game that I go to. I love hockey so much. What kind of music do you like to listen to? I love listening to classical music. I've listened to that ever since I was little, and I still love it today. Like flute music, piano music, symphonies. I love that. Outside of the classical music world, I love listening to rock, I love listening to emo, I love listening to Christian worship music. If you were to ask me what my favorite bands are, my favorite rock band, hands down, would be Evanescence. I've loved them since 7th grade and I still love them today. Amy Lee crushes the game. My favorite Christian band would have to be Mercy Me by far. What drew you to UNT? Now here's a good story. I was drawn to UNT mainly for the music program, the high caliber of musicianship, as well as the community among the students in the College of Music. When I was researching the school, I saw there were a lot of opportunities in large ensembles, in chamber ensembles, in solo performances, and entrepreneurial aspirations. On top of that, the summer before my senior year in high school, I took a lesson with Terry Sundberg, who's one of the professors here, and is actually my current professor here. And I got a lot out of that one lesson. For example, I figured out how to release the tension in my hands, because before I used to clench my hands so badly to the point where it actually hurt. So she taught me how to release the tension from my hands, as well as loosening the corners in my embouchure. That way air can actually have ease passing through rather than getting stuck behind the corners. She was very influential to me, and that really helped me decide, okay, I want to go to UNT. I want to go here. And when I got accepted and I actually started attending this university, I started taking all of those opportunities, and I'm very, very thankful that I did. I had many great experiences that I could hold on to forever, both as a musician and as a person, with a lot of friends that I can consider family. Another fun fact is I have family legacy here. Both my grandparents are UNT alumni. What is your go-to favorite food? It kind of depends on the situation. If we're talking snacks, then either popcorn or string cheese. I loved those since I was little, and I still love them today. In terms of an actual meal, steak and potatoes, by far. Star Wars or Star Trek? If you know me, this won't surprise you. Star Wars, all the way. I've loved the franchise ever since I was little, and I still love it today. The soundtrack is impeccable, the characters are iconic, and there's just an element in each movie that keeps drawing me in to wanting to watch them again, and again, and again, and again for the last 13 years. What was your passion before playing the flute? Before I got into music, I was actually into drawing. When I was growing up, I never left the house without a pencil and a pad of paper so I could just start drawing whatever popped into my head. It's kind of funny to think, at that age, I was into art, and now I'm into music, which is a performing art. I guess I was just meant to be in the arts. When will you add the alto and bass flute into your flute family? I love your videos with the multiple flutes in them. I would love to add my own alto flute and bass flute into my collection. The unfortunate thing is I can't afford them right now because they're expensive. But in the meantime, I typically borrow an alto flute or a bass flute from my colleagues for when I do my multi-track videos that involve them. But hopefully one day I'll be able to purchase my own and have a permanent addition to my flute family with an alto flute and a bass flute. What are your hobbies when you aren't playing the flute? When I'm not playing the flute and I want to unwind, I will listen to music, I will play around with makeup, I will spend time with my friends, my family, I will go on long walks, and I love to watch competition shows. I'm talking Face Off, Ink Master, Chopped, Cupcake Wars, Sweet Genius, Iron Chef America. I love it. Do you have a sweet tooth or a savory tooth? Again, it depends on the day and what I'm feeling. Some days I'll have a sweet tooth when all I want is chocolates, cakes, donuts, all of the sugar. And then other days I'll have a savory tooth when all I want is fried chicken, burgers, steak, pasta, fries, that whole deal. I feel like today I have a bit of a savory tooth today. I could definitely go for fried chicken today. What is your strategy for playing more musically? Okay, I love this question. So, my strategy for playing more musically is finding an inspiration to help me connect to the piece on an emotional level and a spiritual level. For example, 2 semesters ago, I played the second movement of the Burton Sonatina, and the emotional connection that I made with it was that it reminded me so much of Lord of the Rings, which is another franchise that I love. And here's how I broke it down. The first third is a beautiful, slow, lyrical melody in E minor, and for some reason it made me think of the lush green hills of the Shire and Hobbiton, so that was part of that. The second third of it is the very technical, noodly passages in that, and that reminded me of Mordor. And once you get to the final third, you get the same melody from the first third, but this time it's in E major. And it just reminded me of, you completed your mission, you did what you set out to do, and now you may sail off into the Grey Havens. You may now go to heaven. And so yeah, drawing that inspiration just made me connect with the piece more, and just having that imagery in my head really helped me create characters for the phrasing and the dynamics. Another aspect that'll help is staying relaxed and imagine you are singing through your flute. I hear you are quite a Star Wars fan. What did you think of Rise of Skywalker? Honestly, I actually liked Rise of Skywalker. Like, I thought it was a good way to wrap up the new trilogy. I got all my questions answered. I liked the storyline. I liked the faster pace because it kept me engaged the whole time. And the actors, once again, did a great job portraying their characters. Side note, I gotta say, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, fantastic. He needs to win an Oscar, seriously. How do you cope when you're angry or upset while you're practicing? Now, I would be lying to you if I told you I never got upset when I practiced. There are certain occasions where I do get upset or angry while I'm practicing because it's not going as planned or it's not happening the way I want it to. Over many, many years of playing flute, I've learned that before I practice, I need to go in with a good mindset. I need to stay calm, have a certain list of realistic goals that I want to achieve, and just have positive energy in order to do it. But then again, some things don't go to plan, and you'll get upset or you'll get angry. But I've learned that when I'm practicing and I do get upset or get angry, the first thing I'll want to do is keep drilling the passage to death. And that never helps because when I start drilling a passage, I will get angrier, which is never good. So I've learned if I'm at a point where I start to get very upset or very angry, that's an indicator saying, set your flute down and walk away to calm down. So I will just take a step back and just breathe, just walk around, focus on something else for a little bit, and then come back. And then once I come back, I'm calmer and I'm ready to approach the difficult passage in a better way. So I guess my advice for that would be, don't beat yourself up if something's not going as planned. Instead, just give yourself some grace and acknowledge that you're making progress when you're learning a passage and you're continuing to make progress to fully learn and achieve your goal. Are you still continuing to learn ASL? If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go? I would love to go to England and to Ireland to see all of the historical locations and as well as the natural scenery and of course their music. I'd also say I'd love to go back to Maui one day. I loved their beaches when I went in 8th grade. Kinda a similar question. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? If I could live anywhere, I would either like to stay in Texas, if not go back to California, mainly for the musical opportunities that are there, as well as there are lots of places to go and things to do, so in either state you will never be bored. When will you do another makeup video? You're really good at them. Thank you. I've been thinking about when I should do another makeup video, but I haven't really had a lot of inspiration for it. But now that I'm in my last semester, I'm thinking I can definitely do a makeup video for the makeup that I do for my senior recital in April. I could also do like a quick routine of my everyday makeup or my everyday makeup with a little more effort. Maybe one day I could do a makeup video of a certain makeup look I did for a certain cover. The opportunities are endless, so stay tuned on that. How much do you practice? What do you practice? And is that what makes you so amazing at music? Every day I practice for about 2 hours every day, minimum. If I have more time, then I will go longer. And typically when I'm practicing, I will work on technique with Tafanan Gobert or the Trevor Y books. I will work on my tone with my far-fetched ways. I will work on my long tones with either the Concerning Hobbits theme or the Princess Leia theme to focus on breathing as well as beautiful, rich tone production and colors. And then after that, I will either focus on my etudes or I will focus on certain solo repertoire that I'm working on. So as of right now, I'm primarily working on my repertoire for my senior recital. I would say it definitely contributes to being a strong performer because in order to be good at your instrument, you have to work at your craft and be able to improve in order to get better every day. So I would definitely say what contributes to being so amazing at music is putting in the time and the effort to improve, as well as having the heart for the music to create a story through your music, being able to share your feelings and your emotions with an audience, and being able to connect with them as well. What was your favorite performance you've ever done? Oof. Man, I can't really pinpoint one. I've had a lot of them that I really liked. I feel solo-wise, my favorite was my fall 2018 jury when I did the first and second movement of the Burton Sonatina. That jury was so memorable for me because that was the first jury that I was actually able to fully invest my heart into the piece and basically tell my own story to an audience, and I will never ever forget that jury. Hence why I'm also bringing back the Burton Sonatina for my recital. Ensemble-wise, either when I was principal flute in the San Diego Civic Youth Orchestra when we performed at the Walt Disney Hall my senior year, or when I performed principal piccolo in the UNT Wind Ensemble when we played Wine Dark Sea. Like I said, I can't pinpoint one performance. There were just too many of them that I really enjoyed. What was your least favorite performance? I actually don't have to think hard about this one. My least favorite performance was my upper division exam jury from my spring semester of my sophomore year. That was a performance where I was not fully invested in the music because I could not make a connection with the piece. Rather than making the effort to find an inspiration to connect with the piece emotionally, all I did was drill the technique to death. And the results of that were it sucked all the joy out of me and stressed me out very badly when I was practicing it. And on top of that, with the actual performance, it was very anemic. And that's not the way I want to perform. So thankfully after that, I learned that lesson, and so far I haven't had a performance as badly as that. What is the ultimate dream for you as a musician? My ultimate dream would be to do what I love for a living and continue to make music and share my heart to the world and share my feelings to the world in any way, shape, or form. I would love to be an active soloist or an active chamber musician performing many events. I would love to perform in an ensemble, perform in an orchestra, maybe record CDs one day. The possibilities are endless. But that's my ultimate dream. And there you go. That concludes my very first Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you would like me to do another Q&A in the near future, as well as what other questions you would like me to answer. Honestly, I had a lot of fun answering your questions about anything, and I would love to do this again soon. If you want to see more of me, be sure to follow me on Instagram at @alangleyflute, and be sure to click here to subscribe to my channel. My last video is up there, and I hope you have a very lovely week, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!